Hello everyone, this is Bigalski, and this is part 18, Single Bullet Theory of my Suffering Impossible Difficulty Commentary Walkthrough series. This probably, the next one, part 19 and part 20 are my least favorites of the whole game, even though it's close to the end. I just don't like, it's hard to keep these guys alive. I mean, obviously you don't have to keep them alive if you don't want to, but it can be tricky. They can get stuck, they can die really easily. So since I'm pretty much full on supplies, I'm going to focus on, there was a part back there to the right, but I'll focus on that a little bit later on. So I do recommend, a couple playthroughs of each chapter, like I talked about a little earlier, and to see what you have in terms of supplies. That was, this first part really wasn't that great. Here I am, I decided, okay, let me just dodge. But then by the time I realized, I wasn't going to see where they were coming from, with them being under the water. So that probably wasn't the greatest, use of that. I actually died here a few times because I kept killing, my guy, or he would die. Here I keep running back and forth, try to, kill this guy. But what I was saying a little bit earlier, I think I do it again. Yep, I mean, I'm going to eventually get him. So I'm a little stubborn sometimes. But what I was saying, through playthrough, see what supplies you have and when you need to go pick them up. Like, I know I have a lot of shrapnel grenades, so I want to throw those at the beginning. And this section right here, you come upon this a little bit later on in the game, but since it kind of shows this part now, I went ahead and took advantage of the cover to kill a couple of these guys right here instead of having to deal with them later. Because again, my goal is to save this guy to the end, and any fights I can eliminate before he has to fight him, the better. And also be careful throwing these grenades out. If you're it may look like you're in the center, but if you're off just a little bit, like if I was just a tad bit more right, it would bounce off the wall, even though it didn't look like it would hit the wall. And the grenade would bounce back and hit you, and usually you would, or I would, die because you're so close proximity to the grenade going off. So I can't tell you how many times I restarted this because I kept blowing myself up. It's so bad. So not the greatest beginning, but again, I only used a little bit of health, took advantage of my shrapnel grenades. Sometimes your grenades will kill both of those guys because I guess the splash damage of the grenades, unfortunately on the beginning part of this, it didn't kill them, and I wasn't playing too smart there. But because I know I have shotgun ammo to pick up, grenade ammo to pick up, and I will have a little zombian to pick up, overall it was acceptable.
You're so violent.
One thing I did notice is on the top of the cave there was 3 blood stains. And I always thought that there was like 3 guys, the noosemen, that would come down. Like there's one right here. I don't think he comes down. But on those other 3, I always thought one came from each one, and apparently it doesn't. It just comes from just one of them. So once you kill that one, which took me enough tries to do, you don't have to worry about the other 3, or at least I didn't. So don't go in that room a little too
Corey
early.
And Malcolm from the fire. They're with us now.
Word is bond.
Be careful here.
Fuck you up.
But don't go in that room, the previous room, a little too early, so that they'll the Fester and the Slayers will start attacking each other, and then that's when you want to go and attack them, or shoot, throw grenades at them. Because if you fight two of them, then he might throw the exploding rats at you. So just let them engage and then kill them however you want to. Now this section coming up right here, it's pretty tough on impossible. And since I'm trying to fight everything, I tried this a couple ways. This was the more successful way. I let them follow me upstairs and use my gonzo gun. I still have that. And, I ended up using almost the same amount of supplies to kill everybody. I ran out of grenades, or maybe I didn't use as much zombieing, but I did run out of almost all my grenades, a lot of my weapons. Here again, try to focus on the heads if you possibly can. I let the little mainliner guys attack at the side and really focused on trying to kill the marksmen here, because they will do a ton of damage, especially if you start doing that auto gun like that guy just did to me right there. So focus on these guys first. Again, this is my opinion. Focus on their heads, and then once you have a little bit of break, focus on the little mainliner guy. But again, whenever I let them come upstairs and let them follow me, I used all my grenades, a lot of bullets that I couldn't get back, and I know I'd get a lot of zombie attacks, so I figured I'll just stay down here and use this. Again, it took me a few tries to get it to where I didn't use it. One time I used everything, a lot of the spawn patterns, how accurate the mainliner guy can be. When you kill him right next to you and the gas comes out, that's slowly going to take your health down. If he's real accurate with that, that's going to take your health down quite a bit. I've had them come up right behind me before, and that really, see how fast that damage can kill you. But I've had them come up right behind me and right on me, and that's really just messes you up to where you can't turn around. You turn around, the one in front of you kill you, so it might take you a few tries to get through this section, but I think this is a lot better versus letting them come up the stairs to you and using all your grenades and supplies, because you're going to need that for some of the other fights later on.
Is Malcolm there? Can he come out to play? What? Oh, that's terrible. We're so sorry to hear that. Can he play anyway?
You're going to get a lot of TNT sticks coming up here, maybe at the beginning of that, once I blew away that first part and the marksmen started coming in, maybe I could have throwing a bunch of TNT sticks in there before I got on the gun. I mean, really, it's up to you. I hate wasting some of the stuff that the game gives you, but sometimes there's just no choice. Now, I decided to not rescue him right there, to go up here and start killing these guys. And the reason is, you come out through here, he goes up the ladders, and if you want to fight these guys or kill all the enemies, you have to go down in this section. If you just go up above across the way, that'll just show you don't have to fight them. But if he's up there, he'll start throwing grenades, and the grenades will hit you. It doesn't matter. You die. That happened to me a few times, so I just said, you know what? Let me kill these guys first, and then focus on, rescuing him. Now, I know that I have a lot of TNT sticks, because when you go to save him, sometimes you have to blow up the wall, and you blowing up the wall will blow up all those TNT sticks. So at least here I get to use them all. And again, remember to shoot off their heads so they don't, come back to life. Maybe to save a little ammo, I could have switched to the shiv or the axe to kill those guys. But I know back in that room with all the marksmen that came out, I have some Tommy gun ammo in there. So again, playing through, I know some of these burrowers. God, I'll be glad when I don't have to say that anymore. They come in here, and be careful of getting caught in this room. Once you start hearing them, you can easily get cornered and lose a lot of health. So just be careful if you want to fight them in here versus taking them out to a bigger area. Use the flashbang so I can save my other grenades for better enemies that the grenades are more suited for. But I actually came in here and died. I got stuck in the corner, and all three of them came up and did the little spinny move, and then one of them caught me and pulled me under, or did some pretty good damage on me, and it was just bad. I think I had switched over to a TNT and blew myself up. It was pretty awful. So just be careful if you decide to fight them in here. Like I said, it's a good thing that it kind of auto locks on whenever you throw the grenade. So on this part again, I think I'm playing on the 360. I'm playing on a 360 that doesn't connect to the internet, so there could be a patch to save some of this stuff, and that's the reason the green, or making sure that this green section doesn't come out. One reason why I wanted to use my beast form is I really haven't used it that much, but also, I'm running low on supplies. So I want to kill as many of these guys as I can. And remember, once you're in beast mode, or rage mode, whatever it's called, they can damage you and you can't heal. You can't use your zombie, and so you just really got to be careful of that. But as you can see, there may be a little patch or something that might have updated on the 360, because you used to be able to play this. This wasn't an original Xbox game like I said before, but you could play it on the 360 and there was like a patch for it or something. So again, I don't know, the 360 that I'm playing on has that patch. So the other reason why, along with that other fight that I pass up, the reason I don't get him to come here is because sometimes those burrowers, whenever he runs across the side of the ledge, they'll knock him down into that pit area. And if it knocks him down in that pit area, he can't get out of it. So I would just rather kill all the guys. Again, you could skip all this if you wanted to, but that's not what we're doing here. You could skip all of that, but I found not having him with me was the best thing for me. So I'm still going to go up and get him. I'm just going to make sure I pick up all of my supplies first, see what I have, see how far I have to run back. Because as you can tell, you know, I'm starting to run low on Zombien. I have to go back and get my Tommy gun ammo. So I'm going to run back, get all that stuff, and then free this guy up here in the cave, or in the cave.
Look, I'm sorry for trying to blow your ass up. Now get me out of here. Shit! I think I hear something coming.
And when I say I'm going back, I'm going way back. You can see some more of the little glitch, the graphics glitch there with the green. Now it turns out I really didn't need all that, but again, if the game offers it to you and you're fighting everything, take advantage of all that. We're not on a speed run. Our goal is to kill everything, make sure we have enough ammo to make it as easy as possible for us. And the other reason why I decided to go ahead and fight all these other fights without, you know, the guy I'm fixing to save is because if he's not with you, you know, there's not a chance he can die somehow. So since I want to save him, I want to keep him, you know, the least exposed from the enemies as I can. Now when you throw this
Shit! I think I hear something
TNT
coming.
stick, just be careful because it can ricochet back at you.
Look, I'm sorry for
It
trying
can
to blow
kill
your ass up.
him. It can blow up some of the other TNT sticks that are around. I think it's, see, right there.
Look,
I
I'm
think it
sorry.
takes 3 before it finally,
Thanks, man.
you know, blows
I
that
would've gotten
away.
out of there myself, but you just sped the shit up. Hey, sorry about trying to blow you up back there, but I thought you were a hack. Look, I've been in Abbott too long, damn it. Look, I ain't going back. You feel me? Come on, we gotta get to the lighthouse.
So maybe all those green graphic glitches or whatever is because I didn't
You with me, dog?
do this in order.
Like the lighthouse
You know,
has
didn't
a
really
basement.
do
It's
how the
like a
game
bunker.
wanted me to do,
Look, we can
but
hold up there and wait until the dope
hey, it's
wears
my
off
game.
and
I
these
can play it
hacks
how
are
I
out of
want
ammo.
to.
Look, it's
And
tied
I
up
wanna
in these
save this
caverns,
guy.
but I know all the shortcuts.
To help me with the good ending, so
It's hard enough being a black
he actually
man in this
does more
country.
harm than,
You be a brother who wants to make
at
something
least
of
in my
himself,
opinion, on these
got himself
fights.
some real bread.
You know, maybe if I was
I
playing
think
on
I
an
would've locked you up.
easier
Just
level
look at
to
me.
where the
Cops
damage
fucking me
wasn't
my
so
whole
bad.
life.
Like I said, you could run across this bridge,
It's
this
this
little,
way.
you know, bridge area, fall down, and then fight these guys, and he'll just stand up there throwing grenades, but again, or TNT sticks, and that'll mess you up.
What's the holdup?
And again, if you don't kill, I've had those burrowers come out right through here, then knock him down. That was that second fight that we had there to the left that we ran past. And this is the part where the marksmen were out, so we went ahead and got rid of all those guys. Because again, those marksmen can sit there and shoot him.
What's the holdup? Clock's ticking.
And then you lose out. So,
Look, it's right
and
up
be
here.
careful of falling
Come
in
on.
there to the right there, because you can drown. So just be careful of that area right there. See, there's those marksmen that we had.
Come on. How much longer do we have to wait in here? You with me, dog?
As it takes.
Those girls gonna find us? Clock's ticking. Are we gonna have enough air?
There's plenty of ventilation. Calm down.
It's this way.
There's another one of my
I don't know.
I'm gonna kill him mentality.
When we
I think I just walk up a little too
We're gonna
fast.
be
You
the
can
first
just
one
barely
we eat.
walk up so he doesn't have to grab you every time.
It's right up
I
here.
just get a little impatient. I know it's bad,
It's right up here.
but eventually I'm gonna get him.
What's the holdup?
See, that's how you're supposed to really approach that. So I showed y'all what not to do, and at the very end, what to do. So that's a success.
We're almost to the lighthouse. Come on.
Okay, well, I kind of messed up on my editing here. I was able to save this guy.
People in this
I'll explain
country
it all
could care
once
less
this
about what happens
cutscene
to
comes
us on the
through, but it was
inside.
kind of a mess.
We
I
might
had to
as well
piece
be
things
dead.
together. I had to
They wish we
redo my
were.
voice
Now these hacks
over
are
and
capping
place
us,
that on the
and
right
no one
tracks.
gives
It was
a
a little
damn.
crazy. I've been away for a while, and getting back into this, I really messed up on the editing, but I'll explain it after this cutscene what happened.
Sweet. This is it. We're set now. It's like a vault in here. Nothing can get in.
Nothing.
You say something?
Yes.
What was that? I think the dope's coming back.
Breathe deep.
That smell! What in the fuck's going on?
That always feels good. He needed to go. He wasn't interesting enough. Not like you. You understand how it feels. They needed someone professional to pull the switch. A lot of eager sadists applied, but I was the only one who took the work seriously. So seriously, I wanted to taste the gas myself. That's what carnate does. It brings out the killer inside. It's the perfect place for you and me.
So what happened was, for some reason, the goal of this is to use the steam vents after you turn off all the poison gas, shoot the boxes to cover up all the vents. You want to use the steam valve, open up the steam valve, blow him in the furnace door, and then go shut it. Well, I don't know what the deal is with the game sometimes, but it'll show the animation and you can go show it, but it still won't trigger the scene. And I spent 20 minutes on this trying to get all that done. I said, you know what, I mean, I just slowly, eventually started losing life. So I said, let me restart. So when I restarted from the checkpoint, and I forgot to edit in the cutscene. And so I had to go back in,
It's the one place the beacon
put the cutscene back in there, install the whole video again, cut it down, cut the voice out that I had already done, redo it. So that's the reason why it might sound a little funny. I think I got everything synced up, but I won't know until I finally finish the video, and I seriously doubt I'm going to redo the whole commentary for all this. So having said that, I want to pull close off the vents. You can hide behind there, or you can hide just behind the poles and the wooden pillar right there and behind the light bulb. And then once he goes over here, turn the gas, See how it'll blow him in there like that, and then you go and shut the door. So it could be that fast.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, I've tried it for 20 minutes or more, and it showed the same animation, and it not kill him. So it's pretty frustrating. I think another guy had a video out there where it took him forever before it finally registered. I'm just running around right now to make sure I didn't lose any zombieing or anything like that. And I think I shot the guy on the ground. Sometimes you can, you know, when you shoot him, it'll knock him off the vent, and then you can cover up that side of the vent. It's really up to you, but you definitely want to have one side of the vent covered up, and then focus on him. You can hide behind the vent when he shoots those gas darts, whatever you want to call it, because it will kill you if a couple of those hit you, even if you're at full health. So use all that to your advantage. I hope I got everything done. Even if I mess up a little bit, I think I've explained it well enough so people understand what I'm doing. I just didn't want to have to record, 27 minutes worth of audio again just because I messed up a little bit. So having said that, that's it for this chapter. I saved them. If you don't want to save them, you can just run up to it. But, saving them is part of the good ending. Enjoy that, that you've done what you're supposed to do, and, just enjoy that part of the game. I actually find it very rewarding, even though it's very frustrating sometimes to have to save these guys. But again, good ending. We're going to do the best we possibly can. And that's it for this section, and we will see you in the next part. Take care.